Well, hello and good afternoon. It's been a while that I haven't done a YouTube video for all of you guys. So just a quick um, catch up for all on here. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you had an amazing weekend. The world seems to be moving very slowly right now, especially we are still obviously um, we are still in lockdown. Obviously, things are changing very quickly. The last I heard, obviously, they were easing the social distancing, but obviously now there've been cases of corona have increased in certain parts of the world, in India and some parts of the UK, Leicester as well. There's a risk of a second wave of not migration of COVID, but yes. So I briefly want to talk about that. I also want to speak about several other things that have been on my mind. Obviously, like I said, I haven't done one of these in a while, and so tell me what's on your mind, what you've been thinking. Leave a comment on my channel, on this video, and if you like it, please post it and share with your friends and family. Thank you so much for all of you guys who've supported me, subscribed to my channel. So what I want to talk about first of all is I think we're all at this time at the moment, it's very difficult. And I think talk about my own experience myself. I think in the last few days, I've also been, feeling a bit anxious, feeling a bit stressed out, and especially anxious for several reasons. First of all, I think and it's we are pretty much as by human beings are by nature we are social animals. We're social creatures. Well, I am anyway. So we love being in the company of others. We like being outside, outdoors. I like being surrounded by family and friends. And the fact that obviously we've had to um, distance ourselves from anyone else who's not living in our household has been quite challenging. And obviously for me myself, being an outdoor person, I love outdoors, I love nature, I love walks and parks, and the fact that I've not been able to do that as much as I normally would has been a source of, stress and anxiety for me. And it might be surprising. It might surprise you that I was the one who was posting videos about stress and how to keep calm and how to be productive during this time. But it's difficult for us all, and we all face challenges. So yeah, so there was that, and then I think also there's been a lot of information. There's information overload at the moment. We're living in a digital age where there is, non-stop 24 hours. You are bombarded by news channels and news. And if all you're doing is watching the news all day long, of course it's going to have an effect on you. It's going to affect your outlook. It's going to affect your mental health and well-being. It's going to affect your mood. So information overload, and I think also, and this ties in maybe with something else. I remember obviously during the let me take you back to the whole Brexit debate. Now, I think when that debate was happening, there was so much. It led to confusion because there was a lot of misinformation from both sides, and there's a lot of scaremongering going on. And there were some people were trying to overestimate the risks of leaving the European Union, and some people were trying to underestimate the benefits of leaving the European Union. And so it similarly with the whole coronavirus, I think it's completely the way that it's been handled. First of all, let me just say, I do not trust any advice by Boris Johnson or this government anymore. I've lost faith and trust in them, and I lost it a long time ago. Um, so there's that, and especially I think with I think was it Matt Hancock, who recently who himself didn't abide by the guidelines that he advising others to do. So yeah, so I've so there's that too. Um, I received a letter from the Department of Health probably around 12 weeks ago, saying that I come under the category of high risk, and that I need to be extra cautious. I need to self-isolate. Now, it to me came as a surprise because I don't really class myself in that category. I mean, if any doctors or medical professionals who are watching right now, I'd love your comment and feedback on this. So yeah, so I do have a mild asthma condition, and I have had in the past. I've had pneumonia, but that was about 10, 15 years ago. Now, as soon as I received this letter, I did look it up and on the NHS website. Now, those people who are categorized as high risk are, let me just say, I do not have any of those conditions. I don't have a heart condition or a liver condition, no respiratory. I'm not. I don't have a blood disorder. Or I'm not immune. I don't have any kind of immunity or anything like that. So it did kind of, that kind of maybe stressed me out even more. But hopefully, I'm going to have a word with my GP tomorrow morning and speak to him about this. And and speak to him about this. So what I did want to talk about today is obviously I've mentioned that that I was the last couple of weeks has been quite tough for me, and what I've seen is a common thread on my Facebook channel coming up is friends of mine who've been talking about being stressed and being anxious and being suffering from depression. Now, it's not surprising that people are feeling like this, but what did surprise me is one particular person. She'll remain anonymous, but yeah, one particular person, and I do know her quite well. And every time I've seen her, met her, she's always come across as quite, as quite jolly, quite bubbly, quite happy, a really kind of outgoing, friendly person who has a lot of friends, very active on social media, very active, a busy social life. And what really shocked me was a posting, a very honest post about some of the difficulty that she's had to face with depression, and which made me think that these things we only really see what's on the outside, what is visible to us from the outside. When you're observing somebody else from the outside, you will not see what goes on in the head or in the background. And so a lot of times you will come across people like that, so you shouldn't be judgmental. But what I would like to say, give my support to anyone who is feeling, stressed and anxious and depressed right now. Just I want to give them this support and comfort, saying that you're not alone. I've been there. I know how it feels. You've just got to be positive. You've got to think through this, and after every storm, there is a sunny day, and at the end of every at the end of every day, there's a new day. Sorry, so it's new opportunities, and definitely feel that this is a common complaint that people have at the moment, especially because of COVID. But also, I think they're suffering, facing anxiety, depression, stress. And yeah, I would say, just try to keep calm. Try and take your mind off what it is, whatever it is that is worrying you. Obviously, you have to acknowledge that, but try and find a way to actually uh, snap out of it. So there's lots of ways that there's relaxation exercises. Some people write. Some people like to listen to music. Some people meditate. I have a journal. So whenever I'm feeling stressed or anxious, or even when I'm feeling happy, I write. I write in my journal because that ties in with gratitude. And I talk about gratitude a lot in my videos. And so it's really important to be thankful and to be humble and be thankful for whatever it is that we have. So that's it for now. Oh yes, something else I did want to mention is that over the next few days, I'm going to be posting a lot of content with specialists in the field of NLP, in the field of hypnosis, in the field of mindfulness. So we're going to be doing some webinars, and I really look forward to doing that. I'm really excited about it, and I really look forward to doing that. So stay tuned for that. And we'll also be doing some webinars on, at the moment, how, of course, majority of us are working from home. Some of us have lost a job, lost income, and that could also be a cause for stress and anxiety. So what I want to talk about in that webinar is ways that you can earn a passive income from home. And I'm going to be, talking to specialists in the field, friends of mine who are specialists within the field of finance, within the field of banking, investors who invested in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Another friend of mine who has invested in Forex and trading. And so he can give you some general tips on how you can invest, when to invest, what to invest in, what not to invest in. I've got other friends of mine who are investing in property market. Property market is another really lucrative field at the moment, growing, and it will keep growing. So yeah, again, that's also exciting. I myself, I'm in the field of digital marketing and social media. So what I talk about a lot, I'm going to be talking about how you can use your social media to grow your following, to maybe even grow your income, have a passive income, create wealth. I'm also going to be talking about I work for Advert, for a digital consultancy, and part of my role is actually is a kind of as a business coach or business helping other businesses grow their business by using digital channels through websites, having an app, having search engine optimization. If you don't know what search engine optimization is, it's a really exciting technology. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about why now is the best time to invest in a digital strategy, in having a website, having a plan for digital success in the 21st century. And these are all things that I'm going to be talking about over the next few weeks. And I'm really excited about all of this. So please stay tuned, and I can't wait. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.